Where my girls at?
Taking the spicy red, keep it locked in.
Where my girls at?
Keep on watching while the beat keep knocking.
Where my girls at?
You love the flow, it's the ladies show.
Where my girls at? Yeah. Where my girls at?
Everybody please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Gurus, most people want to be in a romantic relationship. However, most romantic relationships end. So the question is, in your view, what are the 5 reasons why romantic relationships that feel so good in the beginning end in disappointments?
Get over here!
People
That's a
change
big
over time. When you get to know them in the beginning, oh yeah, it's all roses and skips in this park and all of that good stuff. But then a lot of people don't really have a problem, or they don't have some type of trial or tribulation that happens to get to really know, how does this person handle problems? How do they handle a hard situation, a hard conversation, a hard whatever it is? People don't know how another one is going to react to that. Some people may stress, some people may feel like, oh, life is over, I don't want to do this, I give up. And the other person may not feel that way, and that just turns you off, because that matters.
That's very true. Complacency.
Mm-hmm.
People's masks start coming off.
Mm-hmm.
People start showing who they really are, or who they tired of pretending to be.
Mm-hmm. And I think also because, and we've discussed it before, but I think people believing that they have so many options, that if you're not acting right, I can find somebody else that's going to act right. Possibly.
Right.
Yeah.
Heavy on the possible.
Mm-hmm.
I have 5 reasons here. One of the reasons is financial. My number 2 is selfishness. Yeah, number 3, I believe, is boredom. Number 4, I could have put on the top of that list cheating. So let's just put it there. I'm going to put number 4 as cheating. And number 5 is whatever the hell you want it to be.
So we decide number 5.
As far as men, how is it, or what is it that you hate when it comes to selfishness out of a man?
It's very selfish to feel like I can't give. Well, first of all, it's selfish to get involved with somebody if you don't feel like you're wherever you want to be. But it's even more selfish to be in a relationship with that person and withhold certain aspects of a relationship until you feel like you're where you want to be. That's something you do before you get in a relationship. You don't do that in a relationship. It causes strain.
Right.
It's
Right.
very selfish.
Right.
I feel like you hear me complaining and you ain't helping, Houston, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. I'm complaining. You're not participating, contributing, doing nothing. Why are you here?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Time for me is a big thing, You have to have the time to communicate, the time to be able to build that intimacy. So if you're not even giving your time, that is the basic thing that you can give. Like, we say it all the time, like time is it's the hardest thing to give, but it's also the easiest thing to give. So if you're not giving that, what are you here for? So that's my thing. That's my gauge. If you're not about giving time, then let me give my time to somebody else.
I think that's deep too. I think time is a real thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's number 5.
But people don't get it. People don't get it. People this year has flew by.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if a person is saying, think about it, if you start dating somebody in January and you're like, oh, let me give it 6 months. 6 months goes like that. And you could still be seeing their representative because you're not really spending time with them. If you're seeing them twice a week or something like that, they can give you their representative for 6 months or however long they want to give it to you. So it's really about putting forth that time and really spending time with each other. So, yeah.
Let's say, he works 2 jobs. Okay, so what does time actually look like to you?
You got an off day.
Yeah, on his days off. Now, not every day off, because I understand, you need to do laundry, you need to take care of other things, but at least you need to be planning a schedule where I get to see you during those days off.
Absolutely, like actually sharing your schedule. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is what this is what my schedule looks like. You remember,
It
like,
also has,
Mhm.
go ahead.
I'm sorry to say, it also has to be like a balance, right? Because like the man, just like the woman, is gonna have friends, right? So you want to spend time with your friends, you want to spend time with your man, but there's got to be a balance. Like, are you spending 80% of your free time with your friends, or as opposed to 20% with me? But like that's where a lot of conflict comes in. We're gonna sit here and be like, all right, so you'd rather be with your friends? Go F your friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. I mean, I know I've said that a few times.
Me too.
But you know what they say? They say when a woman says time and when a man says time, those are two different things.
Who says
All right,
that? I've
what's
never heard
man?
that before.
Not
You
me
know?
Well,
either, but
yeah,
I want
because
to know.
a man, if you say let me spend the day, I think we're having a conversation about that, like, oh, spend the day. What does a day look like? Is a day 8 hours, like it's at work, or is it
Right.
24 hours? For me, a day is 24
Mhm.
hours. Like, we 24 hours in this. If I
Right,
haven't seen you all
right.
week,
I'm sleeping
I'm taking a
over.
full day. This is not an 8 hour shift. No, it's
We're
24.
planning breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right? Yeah,
Sounds
I'm with
like
you.
plan.
Like I'm
Right.
spending the night. You're spending the night. We're gonna do something. Yeah.
What is time to you
Yeah.
if a woman says that to you? What
Well,
does that mean?
I think that see that's actually the reason why I brought it up, because I think that you have to agree on what time really is. Like, if we just agree something general and you say, yo, let's spend some time on Tuesday, and that actually, he could be thinking one thing and you could be thinking another.
Yeah.
And so when you actually come together and be like, all right, we spending this time, and he gonna be like, well, I thought, and you gonna be like, what I thought, and he gonna be like, well, I ain't got time because I gotta, and then you gonna say, well, nah, I scheduled something that, so it's like, I think those type of plans have to be broken down in detail,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean,
I don't think you
the
make
things are
plans
something.
unless it's already confirmed. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna make plans to go away somewhere or to go to a place to eat or something like that without first confirming, like, are we good? Like, can you know what I mean? I wouldn't just make plans thinking I'm gonna spend the evening there, and he was just like, oh no, we were just spending the day together. I have plans at night. Like, you know what I mean? It would have to be a conversation beforehand. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess people do that, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm old. I don't know.
So maybe on that list too, we should add communication.
No,
Oh,
I think
definitely.
communication needs to be like
That's
top.
actually number
yeah.
one.
We need to
Yeah.
move that up. We moving that up for sure.
Yeah, communication has to be number one. Yeah.
And what it is some people really don't know how to communicate.
Men
True.
men have the worst time. I mean, that's just
That men.
it's clinically proven that men are the worst communicators. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's
Literally.
just keep it real. I mean, women, we talk to death. Men, they just pretend they're listening.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I say some women too. They don't. I don't think some women really, because some
Right.
women see it their way. Oh, you didn't say what I wanted to hear.
Oh,
Okay.
no, because I
Yeah.
feel like people know how to communicate, they just choose not to,
Yeah.
and that shows other,
Yeah.
behavior. Because I mean, anybody can communicate that, they're running late or whatever case might be. But the thing is, because you have that clock, like when you were a kid, and you were out and everything like that. Like, I should tell my mom I'm running late or whatever, so like that. You have that internal clock, but then you just be like, whatever, I'm having too much fun. They'll figure it out. They'll know. And it's
Right.
like, no, you don't do that to people. So I believe that everybody has that internal clock of when, you know what, it's been so many hours. I haven't called my girl. I haven't called my guy. I need to do this. And I think that a lot of people bypass that signal. That they're just like the signal.
Literally.
She alright, he
Yeah,
alright.
exactly.
Yep.
It'll be
Or,
fine.
or we just hear what we want to hear. So in other
Definitely.
words, remember
Y'all
I told you about that? Remember I told you about that on Wednesday? Nah, you didn't tell me about that. Remember I said such and such? Nah, you didn't tell me that. So it's like
That's
people
me.
really
I don't
only
know shit.
hear what they want.
No,
I mean,
men.
sometimes they lying too. They didn't tell you that, and they just trying to get away with it. That's not, you know. I mean, I know I have a span. Sometimes I have very bad short-term memory,
Me
right?
too.
So everybody uses that as like, I did tell you that, and I'm like, no, you did. And they're like, yeah, I told you that. I'm like, Marcia,
Yeah.
your memory is trash. Your memory is trash. You don't remember. No. Yeah, I would have remembered that. I mean,
No, you know
Right.
what? Someone did that to me. I was in a relationship and
Oh.
they were like, "Oh, you're always saying it incorrectly, or you're always spinning my words around, or you're always." And I'm just like, I know what I hear. I may not be able to say it exactly, but I'm getting the energy right. And they were like, "No." Then I started recording, and then that's when I realized that was going too far. Yeah, because I was like,
I'm weak.
"Yo, I'm gonna record this conversation. I'm gonna record this conversation," and then I realized,
I'm
like,
weak.
why am I recording conversations? I just need to let this go. So yeah, I'm like pressing, like, "Oh, we on the phone? Record." Okay. What we talking
I
about?
love it.
Shame. That's a shame. You had to go through all of that, girl.
but that's a
Right,
great
I love
idea,
it.
though.
Shame. That's a shame. You had to go through all that just for him to believe.
Hey gurus, Travis Kelce's ex says online hate from Swifties impacts her to this day. She says, I haven't done anything to warrant that backlash. Despite their relationship ending years ago, Nicole is still dealing with backlash over her breakup from Travis Kelce. Kelce has been dating the singer for over a year now, but still, a lot of Swifties feel the need to discuss his relationship with Kayla, comparing her to Taylor and sending her negative online messages, I guess. Nicole went on to admit that she doesn't understand where hate comes from, alluding that Swift being at the level of fame that attracts crazy people. Gurus, what's your thoughts around why Swifties send online negativity towards Kelce's ex?
As their children.
Exactly. And they know that she was mad dope. That's why.
Hey, y'all mad.
Mad dope. That Kayla girl was mad dope. And she had him looking real fly. He got with Taylor Swift now. He looked like like he about to cut wood or something. Like what?
I mean, it gets so out of hand.
What
The
can you
fans,
check?
though.
Okay?
Yeah, everybody, like the Nicki fans, the Taylor fans, the Cardi fans.
They
Everybody
fans and tore down my miss. What's her name? I miss Kelly. What's her
Carrie
name?
Hilson.
Carrie
Kelly
Hilson.
Rowland.
Yeah.
Saw her smooth down. Okay, they will do it. They will do it.
Mm.
Not for their
But
Beyonce.
it's
Not
people
for
that
their
are unhappy with their own lives. Those kind of, like extreme fans are the ones that are miserable with their own lives, and they need to find something to focus on.
Exactly, because they wish they were that person. It's like, please find a life.
something. I don't know. They think they're friends in their minds or something like that, but they're just like us. They just got money and fame. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. They're just
I
like
think they're just
money and
hoping
fame.
for a mention. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the biggest, most evil person out there, and I said the most evil stuff. So maybe somebody will say something about me saying that evil stuff, and then like they think like, you know what I mean? Like they get some kind of fandom or something out of it, or something. It's just,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking a lot about this, and I said, you know what? Is this a Gen Z thing? Like, for example, like if you look at like the internet, right? And no shade to Gen Z, right? But if you look at the internet and you look at some of these comments that are being made, they grew up in the internet age, if you will, you know? And I'm saying like the judgment and the harshness that they put out on everybody can get it. Like
Yeah.
they don't think of any nuances. They don't
No,
think of anything. It's just all what it is.
they gonna
Yeah,
say,
they'll
oh,
try to
yeah,
roast you right off of your profile pic, like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
what you wearing, da 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 on your, and it's like,
yeah.
really?
Or go on
You
your
Miserable. They're
you
miserable.
scroll through my profile just so you could have something to
Right.
roast me
yeah,
on?
yeah.
Miserable.
Yeah. It's like even on my like I have a TikTok. I'm probably got like 1,000 followers on my TikTok, so it's like this small, right? But every time I post a video, I'll get like 100 like inboxes or messages positive, and then there'll be that one guy like that gotta be say like, you think you got enough makeup on, or you think? And
Yeah. I get that too.
I'm
I
just
get
like,
that
well,
too.
joke's on you, because that's a filter, buddy. So it's
Like,
not
oh,
me.
you're skinny. Like what? And then when I
Right,
look at your profile, you're like an old 70-year-old man that looks like you live in a trailer
right.
home. Like
Or
what?
they have no picture at all. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Got a wolf on there or something. It's like, yeah.
I don't pay them no mind. I already know you miserable, honey. You ain't got a
But
lot.
I just feel, but I mean, in that anyway, I feel like people are quicker to attack women in just in general. I feel
Mhm.
like when there's a men conversation, they'll try to shut it down or whatever. They'll just be like, oh, okay, you agree to disagree. But I think when it comes to women, if you can't get her to go on your side, you got to break her down in some way. And I just feel like that's just crazy.
I agree. I agree.
That's true. But let me tell you something. You come to me with the petty baby. I'm petty queen. That petty.
Anyway,
Okay. I am petty queen. I will make a t-shirt out of it. Don't play with me and sell it. Make my money off of it too. Stop playing.
You
We
know
gonna
what? Can I ask y'all a question? As far as the internet, is it tough being a influencer or a star or a underneath that microscope, and to wherein anything that you possibly do, regardless of who you are? I mean, at this, anybody could get it.
Yeah, in general, I feel people are finicky.
Of course.
You know, some people follow you 1 minute and then they'll unfollow you the next because, you know, they didn't like a shirt that you were wearing or you're not getting along with a friend of theirs or whatever case
or
might be.
or
But I mean, like,
Always something.
like, oh, I don't like the
Always
color
something.
black. Oh, let me unfollow her.
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. Or you just might not like, you know, a picture or something like that. Like for me, right? Wednesdays is my days to wild out. I always get on Wednesdays about, you don't have, then don't follow me on Wednesdays. I don't
Exactly.
know what
What
to
the hell
tell
does
you.
it
I
mean,
don't know what
girl?
to
Like,
tell
what
you.
the hell that
Wednesday is
bitch
my
be
wild
saying?
out day. I'll post what I
Crazy.
want. Okay.
Yeah,
All
like
the other week, I'm posting nice stuff, cute stuff. Let me have my sexy moment, okay? But I get every
oh,
Wednesday.
they're hating on your sexy?
Yes, every Wednesday. I'm like, yeah. There's always
That's
something to
so
be said.
whack.
That's crazy.
They
Like you
jump
said, they gotta
It's
follow.
only
I
once
don't.
a week.
right. Go away. You can just do like that.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
make sure to go to Kay's page on Wednesday, and I'm gonna start trolling the trolls. Why?
No,
I like
like
to do that.
I'll post Wednesday. Yeah.
We were just talking about Beyonce and I believe Nicki Minaj's fans and things like that. But it is very difficult to have like loyalty as far as your fans is concerned nowadays. Like there is basically no I mean, but it's very few, very few. Like Beyonce is in that class, Cardi B is in that class, Nicki Minaj is in that class. I really don't see anybody else that has that type of loyalty when it comes to their fan base.
Well, I think it's because they show love to their fan bases. Like they'll put extra music out on their, you know, CDs or albums or whatever and stuff like that. They'll, you know, they're always like going online talking to their fans or they'll do something special for them. So I feel like they're Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, the ones that you've named are always saying how much they love their fans or how much they appreciate them. Even
Mhm.
Cardi B, I saw her with her birthday, and she's like, "Thank you for all the fans that wish me a happy birthday," and stuff like that. Like, you are showing that you appreciate them because they are what made you. And it's crazy when you have celebrities like Chris Brown. Why are you not buying my music? Like,
Don't talk about my
serious right now?
Oh God, don't get tired.
Y'all know Beyonce Chris off limits.
Okay.
Listen, I love me some Chris too now.
I know but he just, his temper can get out of line. I'd be like, Chris.
Yeah, I was about to say he do a lot.
No,
he do a lot.
He does.
Well, speaking of Chris Brown, let's get into it.
Oh Lord.
Let's not. I ain't see that on the topic list.
Tell him how you feel about it. Chris Brown, they're doing a documentary on Chris Brown.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Regarding violence or something to that effect. You know, I don't want to say and speak out of turn, but it's some sort of violence documentary against Chris Brown that's either coming out or it just came out. One of the two.
How do I feel about it?
Right.
I mean, I'm sick of this. I am sick of this. I mean, I feel like the initial situation happened. Damage was done. Unfortunately, things just continue to happen down the line, which is why they're doing this in the first place. This is not just because of what happened with him and Rihanna. This is because of things that have happened after that. Plus, so it's just like he has created an image that this is just what he is. This violent person. People don't care about his music. They try to get him banned from stadiums and all that. So it's a big thing. I'm really just over it. Sometimes I don't even be paying attention. I'm like, I don't want to know about anything outside of his talent, really, because I can't. Like, yes, he's guilty for a lot of things, but also people paint a picture. And it could be even the smallest thing, like the smallest altercation. Maybe somebody says something, maybe it's not true, maybe they took it out or whatever, but they're gonna paint this picture as he's this overall person because of what started with him and Rihanna. I'm really over it. I know
I'm over that Rihanna and him, pal.
Yeah, I choose
I'm
to
over
not
it. Please,
Jesus. That. Exactly.
I just feel, okay. I feel like as far as the Rihanna situation is concerned, like I feel like we haven't heard about him beating women, regularly. And I feel like, he made a mistake and he was young. And I'm not saying here like people should just be forgiven. I don't want the femme to come at me. Okay. Like,
no, they will, girl.
But I feel like, I'm saying if the best apology is learned behavior. So if he is not out there beating up women constantly, and there was, even Rihanna admitted, and I'm not saying that she was at fault, but she even admitted that, she participated in the fisticuffs, So at the end of the day, if he's doing things differently, and and people are still coming at him on a regular basis, it's gonna make somebody feel a way. You know what I mean? So like his hostility could be built from that and all that stuff. Like, look, there are certain celebrities that is just unforgivable. We know, like we could point out the Diddy's and the R. Kelly's and I'm not saying Chris Brown is completely untouchable, but I feel like he's been given a lot of undue slack too, and I think that adds to his persona. And so, and Chris, if you hear this, I'm a little older, but
for me, I feel like there's a plethora of people, men out there that be beating on women. Okay, Mike Tyson was beating on women. They still out here, champ till this day. Okay, Ocho Cinco head butted Evelyn. He on the whole podcast with Shannon Sharp.
Right.
Like, what's up? What are we saying here? Because it's Chris Brown.
Right. To bring him down.
Like I said, once again, I'm not for men hitting women. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not for that at all. But at the end of the day, once again, just like Marcy said, you have to come to a time where I learned my lesson. I did what I was supposed to do. And it's like, as time go on, I'm not a woman beater. This just happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a woman beater. Things just got out of control. That's all that happened. I let my anger get the best of me. It's over. But now, as far as the sexual allegations now, I don't know about all that there.
Right.
I don't know what's
Right.
going on in the bedrooms now, but I can't speak on that one. But I just pray it ain't true, and I just pray if it is true, those women, are able to be heard, and
Right. It should be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right.
That's it.
With a lot of these, how we find out a lot of stuff, you look at, the finance of everything, and you will come to a lot of knowledge on what is what, right? Everything is financed.
You take everything back to finance all the time.
Everything is financed. It's everything is engineered for something.
Well, I think all of the criticisms he's getting has nothing to do with financial anything. It's fans coming out and saying, they heard this and they have very strong opinions about that. Now, as far as like,
I'm talking about the Chris Brown documentary.
oh
Like,
yeah,
for
well,
example, when it comes to TV and things of that nature, you look at the finance of it or the origin of it, regardless if it's Chris Brown or not. Whatever it is, whether it's a sitcom, whether it's a streaming, whatever it is, you look at the financing of it and you find out a lot. All right, everybody. We wanted to let some of the facts come out in this case. But obviously, this thing just came over the stream just now. Kanye West allegedly told his wife, Bianca Censori, that he wanted to have sex with her mom while she watched. The Yeezy founder's ex-assistant, Lauren Piscotti, made a horrific allegation in a bombshell lawsuit, in which she also accused the rapper of drugging and sexually assaulting her. Gurus, yeah. Hold up. Yeah. So, Gurus, what are your thoughts about these activities around Kanye West? Now, what we do know that he, and it came over the stream as well, that he and Bianca Censori are about to get a divorce.
I heard that.
This is well reported. But however, on page 6 is reporting, Kanye West told his wife Bianca Censori that he wanted to have sex with her mom while she watched. The Yeezy founder's ex-assistant Lauren Piscotti, whatever how do you say it, made a horrific allegation in a bombshell lawsuit in which she also accused the rapper of drugging and sexually assaulting her.
Wait, so the assistant is the one that's saying that Kanye said this about his mother-in-law?
Yeah, so Yeezy's founder's ex-assistant.
Okay.
No, it's her. It wasn't her. She was his
ex-assistant.
ex-assistant. Bianca Censori was his ex-assistant. And then they became a couple, and then they became married.
That sounds like
But they're saying on page 6, they're saying that the Yeezy founder's ex-assistant Lauren Piscotti
Okay. So
made a horrific allegation.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna just go ahead and say I'm not surprised, but
Right.
I mean, I'm not accusing him. I'm just not at all surprised.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't know either.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I feel like Kanye West is always being targeted, though. I feel
That's,
like
that's my
always-
point. That's how I don't
they're
know how I
always
feel about
trying to-
this.
I feel like that's some kind of Kardashian voodoo thing that they're like,
I don't know how I feel about this. I
yeah,
hear nothing about him in forever at this
Yeah.
moment. Now all of a sudden you a raper? I'm sorry,
yeah.
a sexualer? Or
Yeah.
whatever, you
Now
can't say
all of a
that
sudden,
word.
like Diddy and Jay-Z and all them getting, and then now all of a sudden Kanye again. That's because they don't want him to run his mouth. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so let's get into this whole thing, right? because it's like the elephant in the room, and it's got to be discussed. Okay, we've now known, and it's been reported that it seems as if people are going after Jay-Z and Beyonce now. I mean, we've all seen what's going on, and it's looking absolute. I mean, for example, look at Jaguar Wright. She's another one that came out and made absolute wild allegations, and Jay-Z and Beyonce's attorney sent a cease and desist notice to her.
It wasn't
I'm
her,
sorry,
it was
not to
Piers
her, to
Morgan.
Piers Morgan, to Piers Morgan's show. So
I feel like only because she went national, that's why she took it to mainstream. So you trying to get cute, gal? Let me put you in your place.
Exactly.
You trying to get cute, gal? Go back to them local YouTubers and podcasters that was interviewing you. Don't you come on TV with this one.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm Jaguar Wright. I don't believe is like a great source. You know what I mean? Like she's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So
I wouldn't say everything she's saying is wrong either.
yeah, no, I agree. There's probably some level of truth to what she's saying,
Yeah.
but she
She got to
certainly
sprinkle the cinnamon
is,
toast crunch on the top to make it good, though.
she's embellishing, I bet.
Yeah, of course.
It's just, I mean, it would be one thing if she just like stuck to things that could be true. She does also say stuff like out like of this world, like stuff that like is
Yeah.
like, girl, that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, that's why I said some things you got to take like with a grain of salt.
yeah.
and also she has a reason. I ain't gonna say a reason if that's the word, but you know, she has. I'm gonna just say it, and you guys come up with the word for me. She has a reason that she was bitter back in the day because she sang a song for Jay-Z, and she did not get the play that she thought she was gonna get.
The
Well,
play
That's
on the
not
money.
Beyonce's problem. That's not Beyonce's problem, girl.
I don't think that's
Exactly.
anybody's problem. That's her
Nobody
problem.
cares. Exactly. Listen, I don't pay attention to whoever this girl is. Just don't talk about Beyonce. That's my piece. That's it.
The crazy
Oh, yeah,
thing is
that's
she's
true.
so
Gotta be
talented too. Like she's very talented too. And I feel like
Yeah.
if she didn't start acting crazy, then people would have put her on more. But I don't know.
her fault.
But my thing
Beyonce
is
had that
that
crazy.
why, when someone speaks about the industry, they have to be considered crazy?
No, I don't think that it's because she's speaking about the industry.
No,
I'm
no,
talking
not
about
only by what
other
you
things
just said,
that
but
she's
it's not it all around. People are
Yeah.
just saying, like the Kanye, when he was saying certain things, why does he have to be crazy?
because he
Why
says a
can't
lot
he
of
be
crazy
real?
things.
Why can't he be real?
Or like Orlando
I'm the
Bloom
last
too.
one to
Like
I'm
he was
baby
talking about Diddy for the
theorist around
longest.
here, so why it can't be real?
It can be.
Because don't get me wrong, the industry ain't what we all think it's made up to be.
Right.
It's
a
not
lot
glitz.
of
Oh, we're in the industry and life is great. No, it's not.
Yeah, but Kanye also calls himself God. He says a lot of things that make him sound crazy.
That's when we discredit the things that you say because now you're going too far. So that's when we discredit the things that you're saying now. Like, oh yeah, now we're gonna label it as crazy. See, guys, crazy. See y'all crazy. You know what I mean? But it's like, just say what you're gonna say and leave it at that. When you talk about you God and all this other stuff, please, sir,
Right.
please.
Kanye said he's God.
That
He
says a
said that slaves chose to be slaves. You know, like he says a lot of
Right.
nuts
Yeah,
stuff.
like
So
sir.
it's like, so when he says things that like seem a little off the meter, people tend to
Yeah.
believe like he's still off his meds. Like
Yeah.
there's something not right about
Yeah.
him. And so I think that's and also with Jaguar Wright. Now, if they wasn't spewing really legit crazy stuff, and on top of that, adding in the little sprinkle of celebrity stuff that they got, then people may brush them off like, oh, okay, like they're not, you know what I'm saying, like or maybe take them more seriously if there wasn't so much of the other stuff going on too. Like Kanye says a lot of crazy things, and I mean, I just don't. Nothing about Kanye shocks me whatsoever.
I don't think that anybody that has been in the industry and speaks out, no one's gonna believe them. And that's just my take on it.
My theory is the more money you got, the more niche stuff
Yep.
you're into.
Yep.
So like I've met men of like high caliber, and the first thing I always ask them, is there any weird stuff that you into? Like, I need to know, because I swear to you, 90% of the time they into some weird stuff. And it's like, it's almost as though it's like they got all this money, they don't know what else to do with it.
Right.
You know, I just have look. My thing is this. Look, I a lot of people across the internet, and you know, they have this thing where they're drinking a lot of snitch juice, and this has been going on for a while now. To wherein things that happen supposedly things happen. Now I ain't talking about certain things, but I'm just talking about, you know, the things that, you know, these people basically have been coming up. Oh, you know, I saw this, and you know, this was really this, and the story of Biggie when so and then the story of, you know, and I'm like, a lot of this is because they want attention. You know, and just because you did not snitch when it comes to a crime doesn't mean that you're not a snitch when it comes to trying to drop names. You know, so I mean, I don't know, from bodyguards to everybody else. I mean, you know, the first thing I do is I get very suspicious of people that's trying to bring up stories, you know, on social media, trying to get followers about certain things.
So when they don't say nothing now, then what? Like I don't understand. When people come out and speak whatever they saw, it's like, oh, you're a liar. Why you got to be a liar? Why do I have to be a liar?
Well, you know, because there's so many reasons as to why they want to tell the story.
I've seen stuff, like not in no big industry, but I've seen stuff, you feel what I'm saying, in the modeling industry. I didn't say nothing about it. Now, if I come out and say something about it, I'm a liar.
Not necessarily,
Exactly.
but
So why everybody's story that sounding the same got to be a liar? The story sound the same.
But that's my first, when somebody tells a story, not particularly something that they know detailed out, but a story that's from years ago, and they trying to, you know, tell that story when they go to somebody like Tasha K, or they go to a certain outlet.
Well, they got to be heard.
I feel like my first inclination is to be very suspicious about what they're talking about.
Yeah, you can hear them out, but why? I just don't understand why when people come out and just like if they was getting raped or whatever the case may be, and you tell your story, how you gonna call me a liar, bro?
And another thing, these people that have some of these social media accounts are getting money for it. So in other words, like they're getting money for the streams. So if somebody has some tragic thing that really happened to them, which is terrible, that the person that they're telling the story to, or the outlet that they're telling the story to, is an outlet that's making money off of their story or off of the tragedy.
Okay, so once again, how is the word gonna get out there if they don't go to these raggedy ass sources?
Why don't they
How
go
is
to
their
their
story gonna
lawyer?
get out of there? How do they go to who?
Lawyer.
They probably ain't got no money for no lawyer. Or probably if they tell their story, they could gain a lawyer or pro bono or something.
I don't know.
You never know. You could gain. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, I'm a victim of something. I don't gotta say what it is, but I'm a victim. And I feel like when people tell their stories, don't call them a liar. Hear what they saying. And that goes for everybody. I don't like stuff like that.
But I think we all agree with that, though.
Right,
Like,
right.
I'm saying, like, I just don't understand. Like, just like how people come up, it's some person that was friends with Chris Brown or whatever, Saigon, the ex the Saigon, or whatever the hell his name is going around saying that he raped women, and women are coming out about this, and it's like, oh, they just want to talk, they just want money, it's only for money. Like, what?
Now, let me
Yeah.
be specific though. I'm not saying that when it comes to rape or anything like that. I'm talking about there are a lot of hip hop stories that have stuff to do with just men telling stories or them going to outlets like I forget the guy's name that
Vlad.
recently, yeah, Vlad, who apparently had a
Hello.
situation where the police was involved and he supposedly had went to the cops about it.
Hello.
Like, so what I'm saying is stories like that. The first thing that those type of stories, it's like, yo, bro, come on, man.
Why you
Everybody
throw a
went
man at the
crazy
top?
about the bottles of whatever the hell
Oh my
it was.
gosh. Baby.
Yeah. And
Are?
if we just break it down, we could just say that, hey, listen, what one person is gonna use 1,000 bottles?
That's what I'm saying.
But didn't they say they
What?
were putting some kind of drug in the bottle?
Yeah, it was some like when you rub it on your body, it's something happened to you type
Leaks
stuff.
into your pores and stuff.
Yeah,
There was like some kind. I mean, I don't know if that's been proven, but that's what was said.
right.
You know,
That's
that the
exactly what was
oil
said.
had-
I mean, I don't know if people are gonna be sliding around on each other.
Listen, you never
I
know.
mean,
He wanted a certain
sounds like
temperature
a good
too now. It
time.
gotta be hot. It couldn't be cool. It had to be hot. Okay. So we don't know what the hell is going on. All right.
But yeah. So I mean, we'll go on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Right.
Let me
Too much lube in this conversation.
too much.
Free.
Miriah Carey is in financial trouble. Carey has $18.6 million in debt, including loans taken out against her Tribeca penthouse in New York City. Carey reportedly spends around $1 million a month on things like champagne, gifts, and clothing. She also spends $45,000 on spa services for her dog,
I mean,
$100,000 on flowers, and $10,000 on hair and makeup. Carey lost $1.73 million when she sold her Atlanta mansion for $3.92 million in May 2023. She originally bought the property for $5.65 million. Carey's earnings may be cyclic, if that's the word, with her hit song All I Wanted for Christmas Is You, generating royalties during the holidays. Some say that Carey's financial difficulties are due to her lavish lifestyle. Others say that her earnings are more seasonal than year-round. Gurus, what are your thoughts?
right before the holidays, a big holiday. Not before the Christmas season. This is her time.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like I just feel like, look, I mean, it's her money. You know, I don't know why anybody cares why she spends the money that she spends. I mean, it must be nice to be that rich to spend $4,500 on your dog, but I mean, listen, it's her, she's dripping in money. So like for her to spend that money is like kind of like a drop in a bucket for her. So like for them to for it to even be made a thing of, it's like it can be cyclic. Like you could look at it like, okay, so this is around the holiday season, so she's gonna recoup that money anyway.
Right.
So
Probably look at it like that too. She's like,
Right.
yeah,
the
exactly.
only
So it's
number
like,
that's not outlandish is the makeup. So that's actually kind of, it depends on how much she's doing it. 10,000, if that's 10,000 a month.
And then you gotta remember, she has pop-ups. Like she probably has somewhere to go talk, some interview, some type of a video, or prepping for her holiday big opening premiere. Because you know she gotta do all the It's so you know she gotta do glitz and glam and all that good stuff. And the doggy gotta make sure he pampered too. Listen, that's her man.
Leave
That's her
Mariah
new man
alone.
now. Leave her dog.
Since Brian ain't out there raping nobody, leave her alone.
Hello. Like, let her be in debt in peace.
She's gonna recoup that money anyway.
From what we heard about Miriah Carey, when she used to go to the studio, she used to turn the studio into a living room with incense and, I mean, hey, look, man, people got to record how they record.
I was about to say, she want to feel the zen, the feng shui. You
Right.
know, the feng shui
$1
ain't
million a
feng
month
shui.
is crazy though.
Right.
$1 million a month is crazy. I would like to make that a month. She want to spend that, cool, but I would like to make that a month.
Hello.
Right.
I won't be
Can I
spending.
get a fraction of that? Okay.
Exactly.
Like, please.
Hey, Gurus, Tiana Taylor says there should be no limits in marriage. Is she correct?
Based on what she says.
Right.
It depends on what you're talking about with no limit.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
you
Well, in
talking
a
about?
recent interview, Tiana Taylor said, when you make a vow and when you're married, it ain't no limits, period.
I'm not
It ain't
understanding. No, go ahead.
It ain't no what you gonna do or what you not gonna do. We do, why do we get married then? She says she was an explorer in her marriage.
Okay, there you go. I got my answer.
Right.
So now, what about the phrase "you gotta set boundaries" though?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's limits for me around here. I don't know what she talking about.
Yeah, okay. We are not animals. You don't get to just do what you want with people. Now, Tiana, that's my girl. Okay.
Yeah, I love me some
When I-
Tiana now.
That's my girl. But when
Yeah,
I
I was
heard
just saying
that,
that.
I was
I
like,
love me some Tiana.
me too. Always have, always
Yeah.
will. But this ain't
I
it.
ain't with that though,
Ain't
baby
it.
girl.
I'm not it. That's not it.
We ain't sharing
No.
here.
No, and it's like, no, that's not the point of a marriage. Like
Like if you
I
want to
don't
be
know.
on Snap and stuff, we could definitely sign up for that. Like sign us up real quick because you're gonna be dead, not me. Like
Right.
mm-mm.
Right.
No, I
I
can't
mean-
agree with her. I can't agree with her one bit.
Yeah, not on that. Mm-mm.
No,
Wow.
That's her. That's
I
for
mean,
her.
I feel like
My boat.
you're not doing
it's
that.
her marriage. If she wants to treat her marriage that way,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she definitely,
Oh, yeah.
has the right to.
Oh yeah.
But like, I think to put it out there is like that's what it should be. It's kind of
Exactly.
like, nah,
Yeah,
honey,
like
you
what?
do that in your marriage if you want to. You know what I mean?
Like,
But
like, that's
I'm
crazy.
not signing up. How about that?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not even
Not
on the
that.
list.
No, not the standard at all. I was just like, okay, where is this going? And then it went.
mean,
I'm like, what she
Right.
mean limits? What she mean limits? That's why I'm like,
Right.
what she mean? But when he kept reading,
Yeah.
okay, cool, gotcha.
Mhm.
Girl,
Like,
not
Oh,
like
yeah.
you have to allow your marriage to grow in some regard to wherein that person also understands that being without you is a thing too. I mean, I'm not saying that, that you have to play games and be, on some, on some game type of ish when you're married. But I think it's also important that that person understands too that to be without you is
Yeah.
a thing.
right.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. We can't be at no club. Yo, babe, she look good, right? Let's go take her home. What?
Some people do that. Some
I
people do that.
know.
God forbid they do it in these days because they gonna run their mouth and tell.
That's what I'm
Oh,
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Some
But
people do it.
I can't get
And they
jiggy with
like
that. I can't get jiggy with that.
nope.
I can't get jiggy with that.
That is like,
No,
yeah.
I mean, listen.
I mean, I think that's not what, like, and for her to say, like, what's the point of getting married? Like, why do you want to be committed to someone to do that? Like,
But that's what
Right.
I'm saying. Like
I don't get that.
visual. It's the visual for me. It's the
Yeah.
visual for me. It's
Yeah.
the visual. I can't get it out my mind.
Right. Right.
Not on my piece. Not the modes on my piece. Not the facial expressions on my piece. Not my joint. That's mine.
Yeah. Tiana's bugging with that one, but
Love
But
her.
was that a new interview? I don't know why.
That was an old interview when
That's
she was
old.
married.
Oh,
No,
okay,
she was
'cause I
saying
gonna
that. She was very strongly convicted in that.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, she was
yeah.
talking. Because she was talking about how sexy her husband is, and I'm like, wait a minute, this can't be new. This is gotta be an
Yeah.
old
Yeah, no,
interview.
that's not
Remember they
new.
show? They was talking about it on their show and stuff. Like I was watching their show. Oh yeah, we had people in our bedrooms.
Yeah. Mhm. I
What?
just feel like a lot of women do that just to kind of defend the situation because they know people are going to criticize it. And so like whereas men they looked at like, that's of course a
Like,
man's
oh,
going to
that's
want.
dope. We got two
Yeah,
girls at
a
one
man wants
time.
to do that. But
Right.
a woman, in order to defend your marriage, you're going to have to say, well, this is how it should be. This is how, why else would we get, like, girl,
Yeah.
shut up.
Can
Shut
That's
you
up.
not.
imagine her box better than yours? Oh
I'm
my
crying.
Yeah,
I
like if you
Oh
want to
my
play,
God.
go play.
cannot.
That's your prerogative. But like, don't put that on everybody else.
But you know
Now
Don't
you're
what
gonna
is
put
have
that.
everybody's husband going, but babe, you heard Tiana Taylor. She
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
saying, like, get the hell out of here.
but you
Right.
know what
Have
is
that
that
time.
really ultimately like in other words, let's say another girl is better than your wife,
That's
right?
wild. Not in
Right,
my
like, and
opinion.
that's definitely could happen. Like
That's what I'm saying.
that's definitely could be. But is your man really like gonna
He ain't gonna
just
tell you
say,
that. He ain't gonna
huh?
tell you that. He gonna text Shorty on the side. He ain't gonna tell you that. You coming
Right,
back?
right.
I mean,
Women
because
are doing that.
look, I can say that I know that there are men that are going with women right now, and the girl who they had maybe previously was better than the one that they have now.
Talk to him.
That's a fact.
Talk to
Many
him.
things.
Well, I mean that's a hard fact. I agree with. Like a lot of people, especially like a lot of
Women do
men
that.
cheat
Have that?
on their wife with a downgrade. Like let's keep it real. Like a lot of the times it is a downgrade, and it's
Maybe
really because of
sexually.
what
Maybe sexually.
maybe physically too.
Maybe
Like
physically too.
men do cheat with downgrades. I mean, look, I can speak from experience. There's a lot of downgrading going on out there. So, yeah, I mean, it happens. But a lot of times it's because of that person or what that person is willing to do for you. Like, okay, so my wife don't do this, but this one does all this. And that although it's all right, she's great and all that stuff, it's a temporary situation. I can't tell you how many, girls were in love with my husband. It's like, why would you be in love with him? Like he's married. He's married. Why would you be
Right.
like, you know what I mean? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? He was just gonna leave and then like go to you? No,
Right.
you were there for a purpose. You know what I mean? And I'm not defending him and I'm blaming them or anything, but I'm just saying like it's just like the thought is just stupid. It's just stupid. Now you want to actively bring people into your marriage and say it was like your decision too. And it might have been her decision, but maybe because sometimes like when these are celebrities and these celebrities, have access to all of this stuff, it's almost like what are you're gonna fight some like I know if I dated a ball player, I'm gonna expect him to be a cheater. Like I'm not gonna sit there and think like, oh, he's all about me. I'm gonna be like,
and that player is young too.
Right.
Yeah, 23 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're big kids, some of them.
I'm telling you, got a 30-year-old pregnant.
They're big kids.
He's paying you for your money, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, honey. I don't know.
But yeah, going back to the Tiana Taylor thing, Iman Shumpert had to clear up some things about what's the girl's name with the tattoo on her head again? I'm sorry.
Amber Rose. Airhead
Rose.
Amber Rose. I can't say that airhead.
Oh, on her head.
He had to clear up the fact that he is not dating her because they thought that they were dating because they were on a beach or something like that.
Yeah,
no, he probably just
the best friend already came out and told the T, you a lie.
Yeah, right.
Who's best friend?
Tiana Taylor best friend.
Wow.
Yeah. Talking about you been was on Shorty Tail. From the time when we always chilling together on some boat or doing something, you been was on Shorty. You been wanted Shorty. And she was trying to give you that playback too.
Right. I just love Deb's ad-libs. I love them.
Speaking of which, hey Debbie, you want to go to LGS News?
I mean, hey, why not? Let me get on there. All right, everybody. If you are busy or you just don't know what the hell is going on, this is the Lady Guru Show news for you. In music news, T.I. says he's retiring from performing. All right now. I don't want to do it anymore. T.I. plans to make the final bow of his illustrious music career towards the end of 2024. On Thursday, October 10th, the seasoned rapper / actor told Ferrari that his final live performance will be at the station's upcoming Jingle Ball concert in Atlanta this December. Quotes, I appreciate y'all for offering me my last working gig because I do not need the money anymore and I will not be performing, T.I. said. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want people to pay me to hop around and sweat for their entertainment anymore. Well, good for you, T.I. But we heard that you won that lawsuit against the doll girls, the OMG girls, and you got that young 17.5 mil. Yeah.
Yep.
Enjoy it though.
Yep.
In other news, Sydney Starr reveals Darius McCrary financed her sex reassignment surgery. All right, girl. So Sydney Starr and Darius McCrary are making headlines after she revealed he financed her sex reassignment surgery. Sydney shared the information during an appearance on the No Jumper podcast, where she announced the Family Matters star used the money from his role in 2009 film Saw 5 or 6, that Saw movie, to pay for her surgery, honey. And you know now that she was all hugged up on that Empire star, what's his name? Bashir. He losing his mind, y'all. Please pray for him. He's I don't know if y'all seen it, what's going on, but please, y'all pray for him. He ain't in that right mental state.
It's been a while. He's been going.
Yeah, he going through something. I saw him yesterday hugged up on Sydney Starr, talk about some Family Matters, right? And that was the Daily Guru Show news for you. Yeah.
Well, it's been a good show, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hey, Gurus, this is the Lady Guru Show, and we are out of here.
Where my girls at?
All right, everybody.
All right, good night.
All right.